What's up, everybody? Early Stoppage MMA here. Today we're going to be going through the UFC 324 announcement that we got during the halftime show on the CBS football game yesterday. Man, this is looking pretty good for Paramount's debut card. They said it was going to be big. They said it was going to be, boisterous. And I think it is both of those things. What are your feelings on it?
Dude, I loved watching Dana White act. That was solid.
I do
No,
credit to Dana White. I do think that the fact that we actually got an announcement at a football game, that was cool. That was hype. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to
when you
put
told
it.
me that was happening, I was like, really? I was like, that's how. That's better than an Instagram live for sure.
Yeah, way more life
I'm
to it.
Cool with that. Dude, these fights are bangers. You were right. You said that they were gonna come out hot for 324 in January, and this is sick.
They've got to, man. It's the first free card. People are gonna tune in, I think.
Yeah. Well, what is I'm curious. Out of all of them, we're not really gonna go one by one. We talked about, but what fight are you most pumped for that got announced yesterday?
Which one am I most excited for, or which one do I think is gonna be the best or the most banger?
No. Which one are you most excited for?
I'm not gonna lie to you. So we'll just jump into this too. We'll do these two subjects kind of congruently because they go hand in hand. But these announcements, while good, are not free from controversy. One of the main being the main event of this card, Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. There's a lot of talk surrounding how deserving each of these guys are. I'm very excited for this fight. I think this is a great fight. I think this being an interim belt makes a lot of sense, especially now that Ilya's out. Respect to Ilya too for telling them to move on the division without him while he's out. I think that's cool. I don't mind this fight at all personally. I know Arman is obviously the one who should be fighting for a belt at this point, but the UFC's pissed at him. What are you gonna do? Justin Gaethje has been a company man. He's being a whiny little baby saying he's not going to fight if he doesn't get a belt, and he's kind of a cash cow. So, it makes sense to put him up versus Paddy Pimblett for this interim belt, I think.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I agree with you. I love this fight. And I think that given the circumstance with Ilya taking time off and, everything with that going on, I think that this is the perfect fight to make. I would honestly not want to see – I don't care that when Arman fights. I really just don't care, to be honest with you. So,
yeah,
Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett is a banger, and I think that we'll definitely see Paddy Pimblett's chin get checked, which is cool.
Yes, yeah.
There's a lot of fun nuances to all these fights.
Agreed.
That, this is I want to give credit to the UFC that all of these fights are perfect for somebody new watching the UFC who's never watched it before, and the fans that have been watching it for years.
Yeah,
all of these are amazing fights.
Yeah.
Except for the Davis and Figueiredo fight. I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest. But
I think I know exactly what's going on with that. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Dude, I was telling you before this, Sean O'Malley Song Yadong, banger. Yeah, banger fight. I've by far the most pumped for that. I'm a big Song Yadong kind of guy.
Yeah.
So
what do you think? Should we break down our favorites really quick? Or the two we're most excited for?
Yeah. No, I'm cool with that.
We'll start with the main event, just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I have strong feelings on this too, because I think that people are saying that I've seen so many people out here saying that people are giving Paddy Pimblett the credit. He seems to be the betting favorite, and he's the favorite on the money line right now, which is pretty cool and intense. I think Paddy Pimblett is good. I think people are sleeping on him. I think everybody who's saying that he's actually bad, because some people are saying this is a bad main event because Justin Gaethje is kind of washed or coming off of the performance against Max. I just don't. I don't see it. I just don't think that Paddy Pimblett. I think Paddy Pimblett is very good. I think that his kicking is good. His striking is powerful. He is getting better with every fight, and he's such a dangerous submission artist. People are not putting enough respect on this guy's name. He's on a 7-fight win streak. Shouldn't be, because he probably lost the Jared Gordon fight. But in all things considered, not even that bad of a loss. Realistically speaking. He doesn't get credit for the Bobby Green fight because it's fucking Bobby Green. but he went out there and did to Bobby Green exactly what you should do if you're like top 5 material. And then he goes out there and he beats Michael Chandler ranked 7th incredibly impressively. Like, what do we do? We got to put some respect on this guy's name. He's actually good. I just don't think we can deny anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of denial just because of the name value. We see this with a lot of guys. Like when Elia was coming up.
Oh yeah.
It was like, oh, what's going on? And I think it really is that when the guys that are really, really good, they're obviously you're gonna have haters and doubters and everything.
Yeah.
But I've always not been a big Paddy Pimblett hater, but I've not been on the train like you've been, for sure. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
And this is the fight that's going to really judge for me where he's at. And I know that's easy to say because it's like, oh, he's fighting for a belt, whatever. But I mean, just matchup wise, because this could totally not be for a belt also. That's kind of how I'm thinking of it, is like if this fight was not for a belt, it would still be fun.
Yeah.
And it would still be a fantastic fight.
Yeah.
So this is the big test for me because I do think he's kind of had maybe one of the easier runs at lightweight.
For sure.
To the top 5.
For sure.
I mean, I don't hold Michael Chandler too high as a win. Like, obviously, I think, it's a ranked lightweight. Like, it's a good win.
Yeah.
But I hold Gaethje a tier above Chandler is kind of how I'm viewing it.
Yes, I agree. But I do think that, like, he took, in hindsight, or at this point in time, a very respectable run to the top 5 because while it was easy, going from Bobby Green to then Michael Chandler and then breaking into the top 5 from there and then getting an opportunity against somebody like Gaethje, it makes perfect sense. Like, timeline wise, it makes sense. Like, ranking wise, from where he was at, it made sense. So, yeah, I think that this makes perfect sense. Like, you look at the division now and you look at everybody like ranked, what is it, fucking 7 to 10, and it's like Moicano, Dariush, and BSD. It's like, I think Paddy would have fucked up Moicano and Dariush.
Oh, yeah, I have no doubt. That's why I said I do think that he is in that top six range, something like that.
Yeah.
And this is definitely the test that I think, because this, we've all seen the clips of his chin and he doesn't get knocked out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gaethje will check that. Gaethje is going to hit him.
Yep.
But I do think, I think Paddy will probably try to take this fight to the ground.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. I hope he does, but
yeah,
this is a fantastic fight. And this sets it up perfectly that whoever does win this will get Elia, I'm sure.
Yep.
Or Armin. I guess. Do you know what's going on with Elia?
He said some stuff in his personal life. I don't personally, I don't look into fighters' personal lives. I know that there might be something with his relationship. I just happen to know that from Twitter, but I could not be fucking bothered to look into that at all.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because I wonder how long it's how long he'll be out, I guess.
I think he said the first fourth or at least half of the year. So we're looking at a comeback of June, July, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So winner of this will probably be able to I guess I was just thinking because Armin, I don't like Armin at all. But this is a great fight. This is an awesome fight.
It is. I could say so much more about this, but I think we saved the rest of our thoughts for the actual prediction video in the future. Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, okay. I want to jump.
Yes.
Amanda Nunes is coming back. That's very good. Cool. Fighting Kayla Harrison, cool. I want to jump to Sean O'Malley, Soggy Dog.
Okay.
Dude.
Go ahead.
Oh man, dude, I've been pumped. I've been waiting for Song Yadong to get another fight.
You have been for
sure.
Yeah,
this has been this is my guy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, him versus Sean O'Malley? Are you kidding me? This is gonna be awesome.
You've been ringing the bells on this fight for half a year.
I have. I've been saying, please give a Sean O'Malley a Song Yadong. When I saw that got announced, I actually might have squealed a little bit. I was watching the game and I was like, bro, what Song Yadong shot? Because I have not seen any leaks. Did you know about this? Was this leaked at all?
I heard it was supposed to be on December's pay-per-view, but it got moved to this one, which makes sense. So
it does. No, it does. I mean, Sean O'Malley is going to bring the viewers for sure to Paramount.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen any leaks to any of these fights at all. So all of this, you told me yesterday that it's looking like an interim lightweight fight. I was like, what is going on? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And Dude, this is gonna be so fun. On the feet, it's gonna be fun. If it goes to the ground, which I doubt it will,
Yeah,
it's
no,
gonna
this
be
is going to
fun.
be on the feet, almost
Yeah,
certainly. But
and
yeah,
dude, this is gonna be so fun.
it's
I'm so I want Soggy Dog to win so bad, but it's a tough fight. Sean O'Malley's really good on the feet, and that's what
yeah,
they're doing. I know that's obviously what they're doing. I don't want to get
mhm,
into picks because we're gonna have a whole video on this, but
yeah,
I just think that this is very high level like kickboxing and very dangerous. Both these guys are dangerous on the feet.
yeah.
So
It's going to be interesting because Song Yadong is super durable. Sean O'Malley has good power. I think it's really interesting because just the optics of the fight too. Like Song Yadong is always so close to breaking through the top 5, but cannot do it. He just can't do it. But every time that he gets a shot at breaking into the top 5, he looks a little bit better. So, will he be able to beat Sean O'Malley? And what does Sean O'Malley look like in this post title run, post humbling experiences for
yeah,
Merab in his last 2 fights? Like it's a very intriguing fight.
yeah. I'm just excited that he's back.
Yeah.
We saw him with the weird Cejudo like eye
Yeah.
poke. That was an eye poke, right?
Yeah.
Cejudo. That was a goofy situation. And I've never been a huge O'Malley fan, but he is entertaining to watch. And
Yeah.
I think that this
Absolutely.
like I'm also I'm very glad that he's not the co-main to this, and they're
Yeah.
not like boosting him up super far. This is
Yeah.
a very like this is the perfect featured fight for a card like this. I think
Yeah.
like top 5 striking,
Yep.
just banger on the feet.
Yep. Who are you leaning in this fight at this early
I'm
moment in time?
very very biasly Song Yadong
Okay.
because I want it more than like because I like Sean O'Malley's cool to watch, but I'm a fan of Song Yadong.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for Soggy Dog for sure.
Cool.
But this is not an easy fight.
No.
I'm sure you're leading the other way.
I am leaning more towards Sean O'Malley in this fight. However, I'm begging him. Walk out to Superstar. Do not walk out to Lee Greenwood. That was one of the biggest. Like, I thought Sean
Dude,
O'Malley was
it
going to lose
was.
that fight, but the second Lee Greenwood came on, I was like, oh, I knew he was losing that fight. That was
Dude,
bad.
Superstar was. I had like chills in my entire body watching him walk out to Superstar against Aljo.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about Aljo.
Yes.
I was worried as soon as I saw Superstar. I
Yeah.
was like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, and this is the UFC's like star making card or like bumping up their
Yeah.
stars, which is something we've been asking for forever. And it's like I don't know if ESPN just like wasn't letting them do it or whatever, but you have so many potential stars on this. Like you have guys that are established with potential star power that can be introduced for the first time, like to casuals who maybe have never watched it, like Justin Gaethje and Derek Lewis. And then you have up and comers like Sean O'Malley, Paddy Pimblett, and Waldo Cortez Acosta and John Silva. It's like it's
Arnold Allen. You can't leave Arnold Allen off the list.
yeah, and Arnold Allen. I think people would like Arnold Allen, but I'm not going to put him in the same tier as the other people.
No, definitely.
He'd win the
not,
fight.
Definitely not.
Yeah, guys, that was pretty good. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
Yeah. Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
I'm having like I don't know if renaissance is the right word, but I feel differently about Waldo Cortez Acosta now. It's so hard to dislike this guy. For so long, I was beefing with this dude. I was like, bro, this guy sucks, bro. Like he just fights these guys. Why is he ranked? Mick Parkin should be above him.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's fought like 9 times since Mick Parkin fought, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's a monster. He just shows up and he just KO'd Gaziev, right?
Yeah.
Which was awesome. I mean, I don't like Gaziev either. So beating up Gaziev's cool. He did beat up Ante Deliha though, which is
no, he's like a genuinely talented heavyweight with somewhat of a personality, and he's active. I think the reason that he got so much shit was because he had 2 performances early on where he just kind of held someone against the fence, and like that sucks. But since then, we've seen that like this dude comes to fight. He's super active. He's actually talented. He's got skill. He's not like a blob. He's got a decent gas tank. He's KOing people. Like he is literally. He's Hamzat maxing, like early Hamzat. You know what I mean? Like
that's true. No, he's doing the right thing, and I'm actually very happy for him to get on this card against Derek Lewis. And I'm honestly surprised also that Derek Lewis is fighting him because Derek Lewis has just taken the route of like I'm just trying to boost my KO numbers.
Yeah.
Let me fight dudes that have never fought before.
Well, yeah, and it's
Um,
such a weird one too, because like he's been fighting these virtually unranked guys for his last like 3 fights and just wiping them out. And then you look at this fight, and like for a split second, it seems absurd, and then you're like, actually, no, this fight makes sense. Derek Lewis
no,
is
it
on
does.
like a win streak.
Yeah, no, it totally does make sense, and I'm cool with it. It's gonna be fun. I love heavyweight
Hmm.
fights, and I've been holding that in my Waldo Cortez Acosta. Like how I think about him now. I've been waiting for
Yeah,
the next time that we recorded and brought him up, so I had to be
yeah,
honest with you because I mean
yeah.
I've been kind of a Waldo hater,
Hmm. Yeah. Well, in
and
the last few videos that you've been absent too, I was like, I was saying, I was like, his last fight before his most recent one, I was like, oh, you
yeah,
guys, I think Waldo Cortez Acosta is actually good. Like this guy's
yeah, I
actually
know,
really good. And then it was like he
I
beat that
know
guy.
it.
I was like, no, he's good.
He's
But
really good.
yeah,
No, he is good for sure. I do think that he would struggle with like obviously the top guys,
yeah,
but I could see him. I could totally see him beating Derek Lewis and then like
yeah,
beating Curtis Blades
yeah.
and being like really in the top five. I don't think he would beat
Hmm.
Gane
I
or
think,
Aspinall or anything like
I
that.
think,
But
dude, I think he could beat Volkov. I do. I
yeah,
really,
I think he could beat Volkov. I think that the only two that I would put like out of touch for him would be Gane and Aspinall. To be honest with you,
yeah, yeah. I think that that's fair.
I think those two are just in
Yeah,
a tier of their own.
yeah,
Volkov's really hit or miss. I don't know what's going on with that.
yeah,
I I love Volkov, but I
yeah,
really struggle with following him because it's either like the greatest performance and he got so much better, or he just looks like trash.
yeah. It's really cool. This is very like this is a win-win fight because either you get Derek Lewis with the my balls was hot in front of millions and millions of
Dude,
people, or you get a rising new contender in Waldo Cortez Costa. Like it just works. Um, yeah.
I'm, I was gonna ask you, what is? I'm genuinely 100% confused on what's going on with figure eight over Umar.
I
What are your thoughts on this?
I think they are just giving Khabib's cousin a free win in front of a bunch of people and
Okay,
setting him up for the next title shot straight up because like he's going to win that fight. He's going to win that fight pretty dominantly, and like I think that it seems so obvious because like Habib is such a recognized name. Like people remember him the same way like they remember Connor, and so like these people
for
who
sure.
maybe haven't watched since like the Connor fight tune in, or like even casuals because they just remember that being a big deal when it happened. They can bring that up and be like a cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov. You know what I mean? And all these
Yeah,
casuals or people for watching for the first time will be like, "Oh my god, he's Habib's cousin."
yeah, dude. You know what I think that that's really the only explanation, by the way. But I was gonna jump a second here.
Yeah, yeah,
I am curious if, like, watching this card for the first time on Paramount or watching any Paramount card, I wonder if the commentary will be a little different. Like, I wonder if they'll have to take into account that there's going to be people who have never watched before.
yeah,
Like, you just saying that, like, oh, he's
yeah.
Khabib's cousin. Like, they would never. I mean, they do talk about his connection with Khabib, but
Hmm.
they never. I don't know if they actually say it like that. Like,
Yeah,
really trying to tell us who he is, because I think that most people watching it are probably know, like if he's fighting on pay-per-view,
yeah.
most people know who he
Well,
is,
and I
type
really
of thing.
wonder what the visual difference in the broadcast will be like. Like, will it actually be different? Will it
Mm,
have less ads? Because like then maybe we get the walkouts, and during the walkouts, they're actually like talking about like fighters and their backgrounds and like what they're capable of, their history, who they're connected to. Like, actually build these guys as stars because that seems to be what we're seeing from this first fight. And the UFC in the past has had opportunities to do this, but have not taken advantage of it at all. Like I think of the
yeah,
Sphere. The Sphere, in theory, should have been packed with stars, but it wasn't.
no,
So like
that was
I'm
goofy. Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
yeah. So I think maybe they actually are doing smart things now, which is something that most fans have been screaming from the rooftop for a while.
Yeah, I wonder if the UFC, like I know you brought it up earlier saying that ESPN might not have like let them do cards like this where you just get all the stars together. I wonder if the UFC maybe got a little bit more of control. I guess it sounds crazy because it doesn't seem like the UFC would ever be out of control, but I definitely
Yeah.
could see the ESPN stepping in and being like, "Hey, I don't want you to put all these guys, like we need to spread these guys out throughout the whole year and make sure
Yeah.
that all these cards have top guys.
Yeah. I think it's just a difference
Honestly,
of
though,
like billions of dollars. Like now they can afford to put a card on like this, and like
that's true.
that's what their partners are actually paying for.
Yeah, okay. You're a businessman. I'm not. I like that.
I mean, most things come down to money. That's just my guess. I don't actually know
No,
for
for
sure,
sure. No,
but
I mean,
I'm
this is cool.
okay. So we'll breeze through a few of these other ones. Alexa Grasso versus Rhodes Namajunas is a very solid fight. Like I think that's there's no other way to put it than like, yeah, I'm interested in that. Like I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Alexa
I'm
Grasso is
happy with
good.
that.
Rose Namajunas is kind of coming back up, and also she's a legend. So like, let's see how it works. Two former champs, hell yeah. Yeah. Anything to add to that?
No, I mean you kind of hit it.
Okay,
It
and
was
then
good.
Arnold Allen versus John Silva. I think this has potential to be the fight of the night on this card.
Oh, for
This
sure.
is violence incarnated, bro. Oh
I'm
man.
really excited, and I'm honestly kind of happy too that they didn't like completely reset John Silva.
Yes.
Nobody expected him to,
Yeah.
but like I'm really happy that they're giving him still a jump up,
Hmm.
because the Lopez jump was huge,
Yep.
and I do think he could beat Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen's really good. He hasn't fought in a while though,
Yeah.
so I'm curious.
This fight in my head, if I had to give this a gauge initially, just thinking about it right now, I think it's 55-45. Like 55%, 45%. And I think Arnold Allen is the 55. And I just,
Really,
yeah,
I think
because
so.
he's
Yeah,
real
I
tough.
agree with that actually.
He's very precise. Like he game plans well. And we've seen John Silva kind of, I don't think we've seen John Silva fight a style like Arnold Allen. And Arnold Allen's style is kind of similar to John Silva's. So it's like, it's
No,
interesting.
I agree, and I don't know how much he'll be able to just really beat down Arnold Allen.
Yeah. It's
I guess
possible,
so.
but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Arnold Allen typically has a hard time with like taller, lankier kickboxers, and that's not John
Yeah.
Silva. So yeah, that's gonna be a good ass fight.
The last fight is they're feeding Atiba Gautier. So
Oh, I was actually not gonna bring that up. I was gonna come back to Amanda
oh,
Nunes and Kayla Harrison, but yes, they are feeding
oh,
somebody to
they're
Atiba
feeding.
Gautier. Um, but Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, I personally don't give a fuck about this fight
No,
at
I
all.
don't either. It's like what I said earlier. Like all I really have to add is Amanda Nunes is back.
Yep.
She could beat Kayla Harrison. Might beat Kayla Harrison. If she does,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then Kayla Harrison is really good.
Every time I've tried to like think about this fight and like who I think would win it, nothing comes to mind at all. I just don't have
Yeah,
any
it's kinda-
thoughts. Period. I genuinely
Whatever happens.
whatever happens.
Kinda happens.
I think Amanda
I'm
Nunes
honestly
beats
more
Kayla
excited for
Harrison.
Alexa Grasso and Rose Namajunas.
I
than
agree.
am for this.
I agree. Yeah. I think I don't know.
I think Kayla could win.
You
I
do?
think that I would actually maybe lean towards Kayla just
Mm.
because she's huge. But
I mean, she
I am
is,
curious.
but so is Amanda Nunes. She's pretty big.
Amanda Nunes is big, but Kayla Harrison is like abnormally big for
Yeah.
35.
I think
But I am curious with the weight cut and
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes hits way harder than anyone else
Yeah.
that Kayla Harrison has fought. So,
She's also Amanda Nunes is by far and away the better striker of the two.
yeah. No, I think that I'm probably like 55-45, probably leaning toward Nunes. But I do think that there's a chance that Kayla Harrison wins. Because Kayla Harrison does have a really good judo, obviously.
I guess that's true. It's just hard when you like your show because her other two performances prior to the belt were not all that amazing. And then fucking beating Juliana Pena and dominating her, in my opinion, is not very impressive. So like, I don't know, but that's just MMA math, and we all know how MMA math goes.
Yeah. No, so. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll be there.
Yeah. So overall, in the macro sense, this card is pretty fucking good for the Paramount debut. I'm excited to see what else changes. Like, I want to see how the production changes. I want to see if they actually hype people up with better video packages. I hope to God they bring back like face-to-face interviews and the marketing to like hype up these fights. Like, that'd be so cool. Maybe better advertisements and posters. That'd be sweet. I made a video about this. Check it out. I think this is a good debut. And this is supposedly one of, like, with Paramount, they're doing 4 big marquee cards every year, and this is one of them. And I think that this feels like a marquee card, so that like, at least they're living up to what they're saying about that. I
No,
think,
I was gonna say, like, if you had to rate this, like in terms of like comparatively to all the ESPN pay-per-views that we've had, like on a scale of 1 to 10,
ooh,
well, where would you have that at?
I mean, this is a like one of the strongest ESPN pay per views. Like I would compare this to like the um, what was it 114? That was the one with Volk and Lopez originally in like
Okay.
April last year. Like that card was so good,
Oh,
and I compared
Vulcan
this to
Lopez.
like that one.
Vulcan Lopez, you say, huh?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
But no, I think final thoughts for me on the first Paramount card is I think that's exactly like you said it, I think, but just that's exactly what you need to do whenever you make your debut on, on the new network, a lot of new people. And I think that it's really underrated how many stars, like every fight on that main card that we've gotten, the winner could totally fight for a title in his next fight. So
Yeah.
it's pretty sick for that. I like it, and it'll kind of. I think it's really good for. I'm thinking it's a mind of someone who hasn't watched the UFC before. If you first fight you watch and you're like, wow, Arnold Allen's really good, using him as an example here,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden the next card you see is like, oh, Arnold Allen's fighting for a title, or
Yeah.
you could use any example of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool. It's going to help people like build a connection to some of the top fighters and more entertaining fighters.
Yep.
And I think that that's the perfect thing to do with Paramount.
Yeah. Completely agree. Very well said. Very well said. It's a good jumping on point for all of these people's career.
Yeah, I agree.
So, cool. I think that's it for
Okay.
this card. What's fucking awesome is that we're getting pay-per-views back to back weeks. I don't even understand, not pay-per-views, numbered events now, but like that's never happened before, has it?
Uh, Not that I know of.
Yeah. So we get this fucking banger, and then a week afterwards, the GOAT, my man, Alexander Volkanovski is defending the featherweight belt in Perth against Diego Lopez again for some fucking reason. That has to. This bothers me. And I love
I know.
Volk. I'll watch Volk fight anybody. I wanted to see him fight like fucking Mobzar or Lerone. This fight makes no sense to me unless the other two just weren't available. But it sounds like they both are. Like they're calling
they
for
both-
fights on the
they're both-
undercard of
yeah.
that card.
I will say, the only thing that makes sense is that this is the more fun, like visual fight out
I mean,
of
I do agree.
the three.
I
So
agree.
I think that holds a lot to it. And the first fight was sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a very stand and bang kind of fight.
Yeah.
I also wanted to bring up an idea. Is it possible Volk said, "Hey, I got one more. Like, this is it for me." And they're like, "All right, we want you to go out on a win." Is that something that maybe you thought of?
I had entertained it, but like a few months ago when Volk was rumored to be fighting in December, and then he said actually no, because then the whole Perth card came up. He was saying like he basically apologized to Mobzar on Twitter. He was like, "Listen, man, I tried. They want someone else," and so like I don't know. He was gunning he was asking for Mobzar specifically, and then Lerone. He was after the Larone's knockout.
I don't think I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's scared of Mobzar.
No. I don't think so either.
Not
But I'm
that
saying
he's
like
avoiding
he actively was like that's who he wanted, but he's like I'll do whatever the UFC wants, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like the UFC clearly wants him versus Lopez again. Yeah, I don't know.
No, well, I guess my thoughts on this fight are that it's obviously a super fun fight and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I will be kind of clenched up because I'm still scared of Volkanovski's chin.
Me too.
And I think that
Me
Lopez
too.
does hit hard enough to do that.
Yep.
But, dude, this just seems like the perfect scenario for Volk to retire. I don't know any of the lore behind when Volk's gonna get out of the game, but I know that it's been talked about, and I know that this is his first defense in Perth, right?
Yep.
in Australia in general. I think, or is that true? That might not be true.
No, well, it might be his first
Did you say
defense.
Melbourne?
Yeah, he's fought in Australia,
Um,
but this might be his first defense
yeah,
there.
yeah. So it just seems like this. Hmm, this is one of the more winnable fights. I think this is a more winnable fight than Mavzar. I don't know about Lerone. Lerone and Lopez, I think, kind of hold the same like danger.
I don't think Lerone holds all that much danger
Dude,
to Volk. I don't think he does
no, not to Volk, but to
to
dude.
like
Okay, actually, yeah, he
Aaron
does, dude.
Pico.
Lerone's the most dangerous guy, bro. What are
No,
you talking about?
he knocked out one guy with an elbow.
Hey, man, I haven't done that.
I know.
Um, um, then
It's more just
I
I
lost my train
think
of thought.
no, I think you're right. I think this is Volk's retirement fight. He's
It
been
seems like it, doesn't it?
he's been saying like after he got the belt back, he was like, I realized when I got the belt back that I didn't need the belt and that like I'm okay. Like he kind of came to terms with it. He was like, it's awesome to have. I'm glad I'm the champ, but like I don't need it, which is great.
Well,
Especially
this
considering
is
we saw kind of his mental trajectory and his struggles with feelings that way and like mental health, and so it makes sense that he's like, okay, I'm older. I know he knows he's near the end, and like
yeah.
he's taking acting gigs now. He's got his YouTube channel, which is like bustling. He's got Cooking with Volk. I really do think that he's ready to just like still be involved in the sport, but just do it from like YouTube, where he's doing
Yeah,
predictions, breakdowns, and interviews
Mighty
and
Mouse.
shit like that.
He's gonna pull a Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, exactly. And like that, I think that would be really cool. So I think this is his last fight. I think this is just what the UFC wanted because they love Diego Lopez. I really think that
Yeah.
they think they can make him into a star. And the fact that the first fight was, I mean, in the score, it wasn't close, but it's just the danger element, like you said. And the fact that like
Yeah.
he did knock down Volkanovski once. Um, I think they're banking on him being able to do that again and potentially KO him. I don't know if that happens. Like, it's hard to say because like Volk doesn't look old or washed. I don't think at this point. But also, he's past 35 and it's been almost a year since he last fought. So like, who knows?
I wanted.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
My
Please
point,
jump in.
I think that the perfect, or really any scenario this works for the UFC. Also, if you think about it, Volk wins and retires, cool. If Lopez wins, it sets up the rematch with Mavzar, which we've all been talking about forever, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
And if Volk does win and retires, then it sets up Lerone versus Mavzar for the new undisputed.
I agree.
And it kind of just works out
Mm-hmm.
anyway of whatever happens. And like you said, they definitely want Lopez. They want Lopez to get that belt, I think. At some point, they love Volk. Not that they have anything against Volk at all.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody out of Mavzar, Lerone, and Lopez that they want to beat Volk, it's definitely Lopez. So
yeah,
that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Is I think
mm-hmm.
the UFC is safe from any perspective here, no matter what happens.
Yeah. Well, and at 37, Volk is not going to be a star of the Paramount era. He's just not. And so, like, the UFC knows that. It just makes sense. I think that it makes sense to 1 week after this card, which is probably going to get a lot of hype and be very watched, and then all of a sudden people find out, oh, there's this fucking legend of the sport, like modern legend of the sport. And then like they can market it as like him being the GOAT of featherweight because it's true. And then like they're like, oh, a week later we get to watch this guy fight. He gets on there, huge crowd, huge viewing, fights, retires, boom.
Beautiful. Off into the sunset.
Yeah, I could just see it.
Should have been Aljo. I think we're leaving Aljo out of this conversation also.
Yeah, now that's a guy that Lerone Murphy can fucking KO.
Dude, no, there's no. Actually, I would bet real life. I would bet my hard-earned schmeckles that Aljo beats Lerone Murphy, dude. I would bet all my hard-earned schmeckles that Aljo beats Lerone Murphy. And I like Lerone Murphy, but I love Aljo.
Man,
Funk Harbor is fantastic.
That's not true. He told me how bad it was literally right before we recorded this video.
I did. Yeah. No, I drank way too much Funk Harbor last night. Legitimately, I'm not even trolling. I drank way too much Funk Harbor last night. But I'm excited, dude. Paramount's sick.
The Paramount era seems to be sick. We don't even have any fight night announcements yet, dude. This is crazy.
No, just bangers. So.
Also, very intriguing that Pereira and Ulberg was not on this Australia card. It
I
must be
think that
like
there's
March or
still,
something.
I think there's still opportunity. To be honest with you, I think that there's still a chance. Like they've only
Yeah.
announced the one fight.
Well, they did say that he was the main event. I don't think they'd put Pereira in the co-main. I could be wrong, but
I think once again, Volk retirement fight they may.
that's
So,
that's actually true. He's been such a company man. I could see that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if Volk said, "Listen, this is my last one, no matter what," like it gives the
Yeah.
UFC the notice, they're
Well,
gonna hook him up.
yeah. But also, they're gonna need some title fights in March and April that aren't uh, Muslim fighters because of Ramadan. So
Yeah, that's true.
I bet you they might be
Well,
saving Pereira for that. And then Aspinall Gone will probably happen too, somewhere in there.
that's a good
Maybe on the same fucking card.
dude.
Yeah,
Set up.
The Paramount deal so far rules. I mean, it's a little early to tell, but the fact that we're getting like two numbered events back to back, they're both good, is sick. Dog shit matchmaking for Volk. I think everybody wanted to see something new. However, again, it's not going to be a bad fight. It's probably going to be entertaining again. So
I think it's the most entertaining fight that you can make with Volk right now. To be honest, I think
yeah, that's probably
that
true.
it's the best. It's the best fight out of all like active featherweights, unless except for Aljo. But
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we covered pretty much everything.
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
have
final
anything else
thing.
to add.
One of my fucking wishes came true. The pay-per-views are starting an hour earlier, which is awesome. Also, not pay-per-views, numbered events. That's going to take some getting used to for me.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, pay per view is easier to say.
It just is.
It is, yeah. Numbered events seems weird.
It really does.
We've been corrupted by the market, dude. No, I will definitely have a Paramount Plus subscription starting January 2026.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
pumped.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Beginning of a new era. It's very exciting. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll make our 323 or 330, 323. Is that where we're on?
323. Yeah,
323 prediction video in the coming days. And have that out for you. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.